Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Let's continue now with our array examples. Now on the screen right now we have our first example of array we're in. We were able to display the default values, or not default, we set the default values of our arrays here for both a and x variables. Now let's now create a program that allow the user to enter the value that he or she would like. Okay, so let's create a new, let's reload this page, and then let's create a new program here. Okay, let me close. Let's delete this message. Okay, so for this example, what we're going to do is we're going to ask the user to input and display the list of numbers. Okay, this is our goal for this program. To do that, let's start with our variable declaration. Now I'm going to use here int n, where n will be used to input the, let's say, numbers that the user would like to have. Next is I'm going to use I, where I here will be for our loop. Next is we're going to declare our array. So let's say integer a, and then let's give it a size of 100. Okay, so this is our array. Okay, next is we're going to ask the user to enter the variable or enter n. Okay, see out, enter n, and then we're going to input now our n. Next is let's prompt the user. Okay, so enter there, which is n numbers. Okay, so that will be informing them. Okay, this one. Next, let's now have our input. To start with, we have for I is equals to 0. We start with 0. I less than n, and then I plus plus. Okay, so why less than n? Because we are looking at, let's say, we enter 5, but take note, we start counting with 0 here. Okay, so instead of 5, we should read only 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Next is, let's have our input cin, and then pass in our array, then I. Okay, so this is our input to array. Next is, once we have inputted the values, the next is let's display them out. So entered numbers are, okay, then using a for loop again to display the value. So this section here will display the output. So for I is equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Then let's display here C out. So let's say we have some spaces here, followed by our array name, and then I, then semicolon. Okay, so here's the program. Okay, so let's review before, let's test it out first, if in case there are errors. Then I'll explain to you the codes. Okay, so we are now being prompted to enter n. So let's say we enter 5. Enter 5 numbers. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, entered numbers are 1 to 5. So the program is working. Now let's go over with our codes. This is our variable declaration wherein we have n for our input number, I will be used for the loop, and then a, which will be our array, in which case we have with the total number of elements here is 100. Next is we enter n, and then we prompt the user to enter n numbers. And then this section here is our loop for us to input the numbers here. So for I is equals to 0, I less than n, that will be true. And then this one here is the same as cin. Okay, cin, let's say our first value here is a, and then I. Okay, where I here is equals to 0. Okay, then we're going to input it 5 times. Then all the values will be stored in our array. By the way, I forgot to mention to you, when we store arrays, it's like this. A, our array, I mentioned before that we start counting with 0, 0, and then once we input 1, so this will be the values. Okay, so let me copy this so that I could illustrate. Okay, so as we increment, this will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3, and this could be 4. Then the values input here will be 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, this is how the loop will work. Now you could also, aside from this let's go to this output here. So this output here is inside a loop. Now you could also do it manually. To do that, all you need to have here is to display your cout followed by a space, and then our array, and then the address of the array. Take note, we start with 0, so you could select any values from 0 up to 4. Let's say we want to display the last value, first and last value. So this will be 0. Okay, right? And then here, let's copy this code. And then this one here, let's have it 4. Now our assumption is it will display the first element 1. Let's have the same set of inputs, and then it should also display the last element, which is 4. Okay, let's try the program. Okay, let's look at this section here. Let's enter 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Enter. There's 1, which is our first element, 5, which is our last element, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, in which case we displayed here our loop. Okay, so here's another example of arrays in C++. Hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. Bye.